Hello, it's Monday evening. It's 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Central European time. It's time for Serbia. So let's introduce our guest tonight. We've got Donna all the way from Scotland. Hi,
Yep,
Donna.
I'm still here. How are you doing? I have not moved from this over since the last one.
I can believe that as well. And we say hello to Elliot, who maybe he's moved, maybe he's not, who knows?
I have moved. Not much, but I promise I have.
And we welcome the lovely Oban, who wants to move, but we won't let him.
No moving for me. Can't live without you guys.
So we're off to Serbia and Pesma za Evroviziciu. There's a mouthful. Look at Donna's laughing. It's only going to get worse, Donna. That's the best one. So Serbia have been in the contest 16 times since its debut in 2007. They won the contest on the first go with Maria Severovic. Oh yeah, you know who I mean. Singing I'm not even drinking. So this year there were two semi-finals, 30 songs in total. They whittled it down to 16 for the final, where it was 50% jury, 50% public vote. Let's take a look at the first seven.
Žurka, koliko buza mrda. Ovo je luda kuća, ovdje je ljubav tvrda. Maska mog razuma, polako topi se, kaplje i nestaje ta voda. U odmoru je pretnja, u tišini smetnja, u mislima nove to. Slabo pamtim ja, a njene reči slažem po policama sećanja, po policama sećanja.
So there we had Oxa Joe, Mama, Mimi Mercedes, Turbo Zerka, Vukela with Mask, Anna and the Changes with Brinham, Bieber, Datmi Sat Vrtatis. Yeah. Sounds all right to me. Bojana and David, Sesto Kulo, and Marsali with I don't know. Po Polikama Sekanja. That sounds right to me. I think I could go to.
What? You speak Serbian?
Serbia.
Yeah.
Practically fluent.
Oh, God.
Let's kick off with Donna. What did you think of those ones? I always get the good ones that, no.
Oh, tell you what, they're all better than your pronunciations, Michelle. But true. Look, this was quite a variety, wasn't it? In this first seven, it was quite a good selection. My God, I'm not sure about the first dudes. I mean, they really should though. They should quit smoking. It's not good for them at all. I still can't quite understand what they were going for here. It was like a very sultry start, all in black and white, and then the smoke just constantly coming out from the back of their heads. It's like, will someone just get a fire blanket and put them out, Yeah, Cure sounds, not really really upbeat, getting you into the mood, but I didn't think this would probably go anywhere, which was, a bit of a shame. But it kind of got bigger and better as it went along. Then we got basically equivalent of a lady doing the haka next. This one was not for me at all. I think I'd rather have had the first one, which is a bit of a shame.
What was that weird low voice thing that she did?
She was pretty low throughout anyway, but it was a kind of thing. I'm not repeating that.
No, it's not right.
For me, it was kind of a bit like like Greece from last year mixed with Manitsa as well. So it had that kind of sound, but yeah, just didn't work for me at all. It sounded more of a mess, which is a bit of a shame. Then we changed pace again and went back to Anna and the Changes. And it's like, oh no, we didn't. We went to the Raven Witchy lady who stole Goe's fairy thing. Fairy
That one with the
Cardi.
weird ninja gimps.
Yeah. In the boxes, who started off vaping too much. They'd clearly been watching the first act and then just sucking it all in. And then had to try and escape their boxes, which they managed to do eventually. No, I quite like that actually. I thought her vocal was pretty good, but it didn't go anywhere. Sadly, it kind of got to a point and then stayed there. But we're getting there. We're starting to build a bit more now. I think the one for me out of this, we get to songs 5 and 6. And it starts getting a bit more interesting. So I really quite like, is it Biba? The lady with the statuesque looking girls at the beginning, and it becomes it's a kind of folky cultural sound. It's almost using the voice as an instrument as well at that point as well. I quite like it. And then the guitar kicks in. And I'm like, yes, I'm all up for a bit of guitar. It just rounds out the sound nicely. Yes, you've got a bit of interpretive dance going on, but hey, you can't help that, can you?
I think you can, Donna, yes. It's called choreography.
But it was certainly more, it kept me wanting to see the song from beginning to end anyway. So, yeah, that one and the following one with, is it Bojana and David? Yeah, that one again shifted another gear, and then we ramped it up to sort of 11. And Booby Armor's back. It's
Boob
back in
protectors?
fashion. Yeah, absolutely. The boob protectors are back. Bessa's just not the only one to start a trend. But yeah, I thought that one could have done better. But lots of dance break. Like, you got over a minute and a bit of dance and music and no actual content in there. So it was a bit, but we'll see. Yeah, so we're starting to get into gear. Those two were my faves of the section.
Thank you very much, Donna. Oban. Come on, Oban. Let rip.
Okay, I have a problem with Serbia, right? So I'm gonna tell Bojana and David, they were my winner last year, and they were my winner this year. And I had their song "No No 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 No" on like a repeat all like for the like 3 months in a row. And then I saw the results, and they won the public by a mile, double the votes for the second place, and 0 points from juries. Juries did them nasty. That was uncalled for, and it was a great, like, it was nothing great vocals, but it was like not a 0 point vocals either. Like, it was on that lineup. It deserved points, like 0 points from jury. This was like, tells me this thing was rigged. Like, that wasn't 0 point. And then song number 1, actually I liked it a lot. Like, I found it like memorable, the smoky thing, and then like black and white. I felt like they were like, just cool down. They were on fire, and then they just cooled down before coming on a stage. So I was like, okay, get it, girl. Song number 2, I can't understand how this song was the fan favorite going into the like who are these fans? Like, if they are fans, I am not a fan. If I'm a fan, what the F they are? I have no idea. The rest of this lineup was a little bit of, a little bit of everything, but nothing else, nothing much to mention.
Thank you very much, Oban. Right, I'm going to go next. Phil is silent during this because
I have watched them.
he's not watched it. So
No,
he's
I've been at work today. I don't have a
he's here
chance.
to press the buttons because I can't be trusted.
You can.
So, Oxer Joe, weird shouty bloke that's on fire. Why are they all on fire? Why? That's it. Mimi, didn't mind this one. It was a bit different, but that low voice she did was a bit scary. I wasn't keen on that. Then in the middle, it changed to a completely different song. What was all that about? Vukayla, she had a striking look, sang the song okay, weird ninja gimps escaping from boxes. I like the beat of the song. Anna in the changes, she held a guitar for ages before playing it, and you know that I can't be doing with stuff like that. Just don't have a guitar. If you're not going to play it all the time or pretend to play it all the time, don't have a guitar. It's stupid. All I'm focused on is when are you actually just going to play that guitar? It was just a bit dull. Bieber. What were those women doing? Why is the bloke so far away with the guitar? Quite like the song. That was the bad ramblings of me. Bojan and David. Loved this. Loved the vocals. Loved the staging. Not keen on the boob protector. And Masali. Very casual and cool. Something completely different. I loved it. All really young lads as well. That was really cute to see them as a band. Because I think it was the lad on the bass guitar that had the bass like John Lennon, Paul McCartney. He just sort of like every time he could see that he was on the camera and he went, and it was like the cutest thing ever. And I loved the harmonies. It was beautiful. I really like that one. That's me, Elliot. What did you think?
Yeah, so going on to the band, actually, the young lads, they remind me of LPS a bit, like in that similar sort of vein, like young lads all dressed up, just having a nice time. They were actually a reserve act who got through because someone got disqualified. And when they actually qualified for the final, their faces, I think one of them just screamed because they had no expectation. It was the cutest thing. Mimi Mercedes, yeah, she was the fan favorite. And what the fuck was that? Why was she in grey and orange? Weird concept together as well. Didn't look good. As I said, you have that sort of like trumpet sound, which is like Manisha, which is quite good. But then it's all just like, I know it was a bit like an empty linear stage, but they didn't do anything. And then said like doing like the rings thing was like, what is this song about? What are you chatting about, to be fair? Bieber, I actually really liked this. I thought it sounded really nice, but yeah, I don't need women twirling and leaping in front of the camera. You know, the song's good enough without all that going on, to be fair. Mask, again, really liked it. I think this is where RTS kind of screwed up because the semi-finals randomly drew their own slots in the final to kind of like, I think it's to protect themselves, like, oh, there's no rigging. So all the good songs got drawn at the start. It's like, oh shit, we've top-loaded this final. Yeah, the lads on Smoke on Fire, it's not for me. I like a bit of jazz and stuff, but this was just a bit like it's something I'm never, ever going to pay attention to. Boyana and David, now, loved this. Absolutely adored this. I said to Donna there'd be a song that would challenge for my favourite of the year if it won, and it was this. From first listen over a few months ago, adored it. Boyana, who did junior back in 2018, she's really improved. David's improved from last year. Even in the semi-final, they got placed last by the juries, only got 8 in the jury. So the juries do not respond to this type of music or them clearly for whatever reason. And just to make it more interesting, a friend of mine has done a proportional score. So the jury votes have carried over, not transferred to 12, 10 and whatnot. And their televotes got percentagely into votes. Boyana and David have got 85 in the jury, no, in the televote, and would have won the show overall purely on their televote score. They would have won if the system was different. And I think Serbia should have sent it because it was the most striking standout song. Loved what they were wearing. I agree. I don't get why Boyana's like plastic boob cover was in a sky blue when no one else had anything else like it. But there was a lot of dancing, but it was a lot of full-on dancing, and the vocals didn't actually suffer as a result of it. And that's impressed me more than anything, that they didn't half-ass it. And in the final, they found another notch and really went for it. So I am actually gutted these two didn't win. But it is what it is. But yeah, it wasn't a bad final, but in the same vein, we started with a lot of the stronger ones, which made the second half a bit of a slog, to be fair.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Shall we have a look at the sloggy second half?
Dovoljan mi je heks, jednako tako je. Ovo je egoflex. Skalije, do kraja sveta, cijela planeta, kome da smo sve spržena, tvoja mama, tvoja je sloboda sve.
So there we have Prince with Mila, Sedar, Oki Boj Zemlj, Lenski, Huvalta T, Milan Nikolic featuring, would you say that's Kaka? It is, isn't
Could
it?
be, yeah.
Story Adele and more. Harem Girls, Aladdin, Tam, Durham, Filari, Meet and Greet, Iskaz, Trendsetter, and Cruz Rudy with Sveti Odma.
Apologies to anyone in Serbia.
Best I can do, I'm sorry. So we won't mention the winner. We'll keep that as a surprise for in a bit. So let's kick off with Elliot. What did you think of these rubbish second half songs then?
Well, to be honest, even in that recap, when I look back, it's like, yeah, there's only two that just stuck out for me in a positive sense, which
Just
was,
mention them then, that's fine.
well, let's say Trendsetter, brilliant bonkers polka rock band, thought it was fantastic, great bit of energy. And Halam Girls, I thought they were fantastic. And it was actually nice to see a group of drag queens in such a, serious nation of Serbia. It was nice to see something like that on nationwide TV. And they were brilliant. I would have liked when it kicked off in the last 30 seconds to be more in the middle of the song or something. Like, I felt they waited a bit too long for that. But I thought they were fantastic. Their makeup, their outfit, everything was so put together and fantastic. And if I could look that good with blue foundation on my face, I would do that as well. I mean, why not? But no, those two definitely stood out for me. Milan, what's her face, with the really bad polka song with like the chicken dress. What the fuck was she wearing? That white thing and then like the feathers on it. And then it's like
swan. I thought she was a swan.
Was she?
Well, I thought so. I thought oh god, it's an accordion and a swan.
It's a bad polka song. You sound like at a wedding with a bloke just in the corner playing the accordion. It was dreadful. And I was like, how has this got through the same? Oh dear, it's all gone a bit wrong. Lindsay Flaherty, I liked her voice. It was a bit shouty at points, but I did like how dramatic it was. Tam, not lyrically, sonically, it sounded quite cool and underground, but she was letting all her dancers do the work. She sort of just stood there and was like, "Hun, you've got to do something yourself. You can't do more than just sort of like sway to the side a bit with the songs like this," because it just gave very much, "I can't be asked. You will do it around me because I can't be bothered." And Flowery, I hate these sort of self-absorbed songs, and it was very self-absorbed. He's in a black tank top, flexing at one point. I was like, "Oh, just get in the bin." Like, I can't even be polite. It was woeful. And again, a lot of the fans like this song. So when I saw a sort of tank, I did smirk a little bit. It's like, yeah, it was dreadful. So you know what? I think my favorite was the band though. That sort of like rock polka band. It was a lot of fun. And if they did select it and send it, it could have done well. It would have reminded me a bit of like Moldova and Subsea Dub. Not Subsea Dub.
Yeah.
No, it was that band. Yeah.
It is exactly that. That is what is written in my notes. You will find out soon.
It kind of gave me that sort of like, yes, it's a bit chaotic, but it's making me smile. And the voice is actually all right with it all. And you know what? That's sometimes what you just got to just wind them up and let them go. And that's what happened.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Elliot. Right, I shall whip through them all. Sedlar, traditional flute thing. Song was just dull with a moon. There you go. Lenski, not another bloody moon. How much did that cost? Because they're getting the money's worth out of it. Song was not the best. She had the weird wounds on her back that were sequined. What's that about? She showed you the wounds, all sort of sad, then turned around and went, now the next bit's jolly. And I was like, oh, right, this is, it's took a turn. You can't, make your mind up. Milan, oh God, it's an accordion and a swan. Very Serbian beat, sang it well. Harem Girls, drag queens, loved the outfits, loved the makeup, loved everything about it, but the song was bad. Bad. Expected more. Bloody moon. I don't know what was going on. Tam, Durham. Very traditional sounding, but her vocals on her own were weak. I loved the mix of old and new. Filari, blimey, bit of filth. Very on trend, black and red. It was a bit samey for me, and it didn't really go anywhere. Loved the dance break, but then it ended. It ended on the sort of dance break. I thought that was slightly odd, but that's okay. It's Kaz, black and red again. How many black and red have we had this year? Slightly more than Moons, I think. It's all gone a bit zobsy dub, but I loved it. It's a bit more like it, but not very trend setting. If you're going to be called trendsetter, don't copy somebody else. That's not trend setting. Cruz Rudy, are they all dressed as wizards? Were they dressed as wizards? Started off liking it, but then I got a bit bored of it. The staging made no sense. And that was what I thought of that. Oban, what did you think of these songs?
These songs torture me one after the other. I'm like, you just need to like stay focused. It's like you have a show to do. You have to push through this. Like I'm thinking Setlar. He had the flute guy from Zeliko Joksimovic performances, but the song was like very blues, very jazz, and like it didn't make sense. And then Lenzi, same song last year, good old Serbian vocals, dramatic ballad, and you know, Milan slightly cringe, and this is me being nice. There were a bunch of cultural elements, but it's she was cringe. She was like what that treadmill had to do with anything. Like they didn't use it. Like there was no camera angles that making her look like moving without showing the treadmill. Like it didn't get it. Harem Girls, Pussycat Dolls, Serbian version. There was just one singer and everyone else was bystander. It was just like they weren't the vocal group. They were performance group, and I don't like it. Tom Tuji, you remember from Norway? It reminded me his song a little bit, the vibe, the color palettes on staging. Filari, Ego Flex, he did deliver on that. Luke Black, it reminded me a little bit of Luke Black. Iskas, yeah, Moldova, Zupsi Zupsi Dup. And then obviously the last song, I think that was the only one has like a little bit memorability, not listenability. Yeah, the Wizard. It wasn't listenable. It reminded me Constructa, no vocals, but intriguing. So yeah.
Thank you very much, Oban, for that beautiful review of
Sorry.
Donna, can you articulate it a bit better than that?
Not really, but I'm sure the backdrop that Trendsetter used with the startled sheep could. I couldn't quite work out. It was the funniest bit of that second half, actually, the Trendsetter, and I think obviously we're all likening it to Zubsy Dub because they kind of came there first, but LT United as well.
Well, Donna, the sheep. Phil's got an interesting fact.
Well, just Zubsy Dub did an album called 450 Sheep, or well, it translates as 450 Sheep.
So was it just a blatant rip-off?
Or was it a tribute? Let's put it that way. Could have been a tribute.
It wasn't the greatest song in the world.
It was a lot of fun, though, especially towards the end, I think I would have preferred that at the end rather than have the Wizards at the end. My notes sort of said, it's Harry Potter Wizards with starry capes. Very Britpop sounding, actually. I thought, but there wasn't really any oomph to it, which is a bit of a shame. Harlem Girls, actually nice drag outfit. I thought the performance was quite good, but yeah, as you pointed out, Oban, there's only really like 1-2 singers when she comes on with her moon. Yeah, what was with the moons in this half? We got an accordion in there as well. So if you had that, cross it off your bingo card now.
And a swan.
We've had a lot actually in the various national finals, haven't we, this year? And then the flute came back for the other one. I think 2 ballads in a row as well was a bit much actually. I think out of that as well, the dum dum, it stood out a little bit for me in the way that it reminded me a lot of like Dum Tek Tek and Voda. Do you remember Voda from 2009? It had that same kind of drive in the song. But again, something. Yeah, we should do. We'll have to remember that next year. We'll have to issue one out beforehand, and you can all
print it out at home. Play along.
We could do that for a lot, actually. Maybe a new venture forward. Watch this space. Yeah, so that was really my notes. So, as everyone else had pointed out, the ones that stood out because they're a little bit more visually and auditory stimulative. But yeah, I didn't like Fillery at all. It reminded me a bit of a Bad Gay Disco or some Bad Gay adverts from the 1980s. Yeah, what can I say?
If you're going to do sort of filth, do it properly.
Yeah, it wasn't down and dirty enough.
No, it was a bit. I know we moan about how much filth there is, but you could tell that this was supposed to be filth, and somebody had gone, no.
Yeah.
No. That was
we
it.
Can't cross that line.
Nope.
So, yeah, it was a bit of a mixed bag second half, sadly.
Thank you very much, Donna. Shall we have a look who triumphed over all of Serbia?
Naslov kompozicije je Mila, a izvod je Princ.
Princ, Mila. Da pogledamo promenu. I evo odgovora na poziciji broj 6. Bojana i David 6 čulo i sada je jasno. Bravo i bravo i bravo. Za kompoziciju koja se nalazi na prvom mestu naše tabele nakon glasova stručnog žirija i publike. 2023. za malo, sada pobednik.
Mila, ti si platila što volim te ja. Mila, život vratila sa ruba. Mnogo razloga da ipak voliš drugoga. Tako mi je stalo da te čuvam.
So there we have it. That's Prince with Mila. Not only did he have a crescent moon, he was sat on a crescent moon in front of a full moon. I'm not an expert on what happens in the sky, but there's only one moon.
Okay.
There's only one moon.
All right, Professor Brian Cox.
Oh, Elliot, was this Beauty and the Beast?
Maybe. I don't know. Either way, it kind of passed me by the final. I don't know if it's because the Balkans love a long national final. At that point, I was losing the will to live. Or because I was at that point bitter that Bojana and David actually won the televote and the jury had sacked them. Like, I'm not sure. He sings it well. Like, he sings well. I can't deny that. However, I am never going to be a fan of the Balkan ballads. Some people adore them, but I don't. If I want a traditional ballad in the native language this year, I'm going to go to Greece. I'm not going to go to this. I feel the same as Montenegro. I feel like I'm just being shouted at a little bit. It's fine. It's nice, but it's nothing special. The most interesting fact about him is that he was meant to compete in 2022, but withdrew because he fell out the songwriter. So Tiana from Macedonia took the song instead and competed with it because he had a falling out. But it's all right. He has said there will be changes to the staging already. And yes, it needs it. Because, like I said, you just sat on a moon looking a bit brutish in a tank top and your long hair, you're gonna need more than that. I mean, there's only so much the wine mums can carry you on a Thursday night. I'm sorry.
I'm a wine mum.
That's me. I know who will enjoy this, and that
Is it me?
But is it? Yes, but is it on the song or how they look? I mean, and both camps are valid in this composition. We know that. But yeah, it's all right. But like I said, I've never been a big fan of these Serbian Balkan ballads. Like even the Shledko and everything, I've never really connected to them. So it's not for me, but not bad. But it's not the song I would have picked at all.
Well, thank you very much, Elliot. Let's go to Donna. Donna, I know you're not a mum, but you like some wine. Do you like a bloke with long hair sat on a moon in front of a moon?
I don't know about the moon parts. However, I do like a bloke with long hair who's got a nice, tasty voice. So, you know, it goes a long way to ticking some of my boxes. If I had to pick a ballad, this would be the one I would pick. I thought, yeah, the staging needs a lot of work. But overall, his performance is still very good. He's got a really good voice, probably one of the best in the contest. So, and he's definitely nice to look at.
If one of the blokes said that about a woman, we go mental.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good old sex at work. We love it. Oh, but
Sorry.
did this give you a cultural orgasm?
Cultural orgasm, no. Some orgasm, yes.
That is so short on YouTube.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't consider this as a Serbian Balkan ballad. No, this is not. This is like nothing compares to Željko. Nothing compares to Jelena Tomasovic's Oro. Nothing compares to what's her name, Kruna from Israel, Tel Aviv.
Nevada.
Nirvana. Like nothing compares. It's like no musically. It's like nothing compares. However, it's a good ballad. He's a gorgeous man. He has a gorgeous voice. I agree, staging needs work. Like, yeah, he needs to pull off some. What's that Cypriot in Liverpool? The guy from Australia represented Cyprus.
Lambrew.
Yeah, Lambrew. He needs to pull some staging, like he's like some set the stage on fire, and work out a little bit more. Show us those guns, and show us some passion or something. Then it might work for you. Then you might make it to the final, and that's the best you can hope.
Thank you very much, Oban. So I started with Exploding Rose. Is that Beauty? Is that the petals falling off for Beauty and the Beast? Oh, well, if he's the Beast, wouldn't mind seeing the Beauty. Wouldn't that be good? So I sat on a crescent moon in front of a full moon. Oh, more people dangling. How many people have we seen dangling this year? And then I liked his sparkly trousers. Nobody's mentioned that. Nobody even looked at his trousers. I did. He had nice sparkly trousers on. I think he sings it really well. I think there's tons of emotion when he is singing it. And then, because we didn't have enough dangly people, another woman turned up, all sort of dangling, swinging, just going round, just flinging herself round and round and round. Must have knocked her sick. I was just waiting for her to be sick. I thought, this is it. This is the winning moment.
She meant to be the Rose.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, deep, Donna, deep. I'll email someone and ask. But I thought it built and it built and it built. Then you got a bit of meaty guitar at the end just for good measure. I liked it. I thought it was all right. There was nothing wrong with this song whatsoever. So, everybody, shall we discuss? It is in semi-final 2 with Armenia, Australia, Austria, Greece, Ireland, Latvia, Lithuania, Montenegro, Czechia, Luxembourg, Denmark, Finland, Georgia, Israel, Malta, and Serbia are in the second half of that. What do we think? Is it going to get lost in there? Is it going to stand out? Anybody? Nobody?
I think it's got a hard time, to be honest. It's not one I'm looking at. Yeah, definitely through. because it's going to be the 4th ballad in a native tongue by the time we get to it, because you've got 3 in the first half. The only thing in its favour, maybe, it's only 1 or 2 male voices in that semi-final at the minute. It's a very female-heavy semi-final. So that will stand out, but it's going to be difficult for Serbia, I think. I'm not convinced.
I'm not sure. Oban, what do you think?
I think it's like this is the worst year for betting websites because I don't think I can't see like besides just 1 or 2 in each semi-final. I can't guarantee anyone a qualification. It will definitely come down to the final performance, live performance and the staging, because the songs like 80% of the songs are just middle of the road. Just middle of the road, and it makes qualification anyone's game.
And the final word goes with Donna.
Well, if it's positioned just in the right place, and we know they say this time and time again, it could be the palate cleanser that everybody needs, which could sway it enough to get to the final. It is probably borderline at the moment, but then again, you've got so much vibrant stuff in that second half. It might just sway it over the line. How it'll do in the final, I don't know if it got there. Honestly.
You have to remember who's got the money as well when voting. It is the wine mums.
Yeah, absolutely. And there will be some ballads that people will be crying out for at that point to get through, So it stands as good a chance as any. And, if he's got the looks and the right staging and that voice, it could be enough.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Right.
It comes down to how Lithuania Montenegro sounds, because I think they're the 2 that it's fighting against. Because Lithuania's kind of like a ballady, moody song. So I think they're the 2 he's got to worry about, because I think Greece is fine and Latvia's a bit too different. So I think if Nina
is Lithuania the band?
Yeah.
Is Lithuania the grey band where he's just got his head down all the time?
The ones that feel like they're escaping from prison now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Daddy
Freya. Yeah.
I like that. That's going to qualify. What's wrong with it?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, I think, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's just have a quick look at that. Oh, that's all right. It's fine. We are now that you've mentioned that, we are immediately moving over to Croatia and Dora, just like that. So Croatia have participated 29 times since its debut in 1993. Its highest finish, can anyone guess what its highest finish was? It was Baby Lasagna last year.
Oh, shit.
I should have got that.
I don't know why I went last night with Magdalena.
How soon we forget. Because I read it and I went, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah.
Not like you performed last night either, was it?
No, not even mentioned. So there were 2 semi-finals with 24 participants in all. 8 went through from each, leaving 16 in the final. And it was one of the weird ones. It's a 50% public vote, 25% Croatian jury, and 25% international jury, which is always a mistake, because surely the international jury are going to send something shit because you're competing against it. Shall we take a look at the first lot of songs, please, Phil? Are you ready? So we had EOT, bye bye bye. EOT, well done. What,
EOT?
is it EOT?
No, it's EOT. Oh, that's how they
EOT,
pronounced
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, thank
You
you.
did well. Well done.
Thanks, Donna. Natalie, Domse Surku Mom. I've lost it now. Ivksn.
I think English translations next time.
Ivksen Monopole. Philomena Strong. Venkster Extra. Laura Kojak Bieva with NPC and Nipple People Zanak and Ogenji with Die. I saw how that was pronounced because they shout it all the way through. It's Die. So I'm going to go with, who do I think hates all these songs first? We're going to go with, obviously, Elliot.
Well, you'd be wrong. Yeah. EOT, bye bye bye. Fucking loved it. I think it was one of my favorites, definitely. Loved her voice. Loved how in your face the performance was as well. I was pretty annoyed when I saw that she got drawn to open the final. I was like, well, fuck, she's not gonna win. Great show opener, but no, hope in hell now. Yeah, this was ace. This was really strong. And like I said, woke you up. Her look kind of gave me like Bayonetta for some reason. I liked it vocally. It was just fantastic. Ivan, he was one of the favorites to win and also a fan favorite, partly because of how he looked, because if you don't appeal to the wine mums, you appeal to the gays, and he appealed to the gays. He even nicked Andrew Lambert's outfit to really sell that. The issue is the vocal was not as strong as it could have been. I know in the semi-final there was in-ear issues, but it did not improve in time for the final, sadly. Which is a shame because the whole concept was there and ready to go to Basel. But the performance wasn't there from him, unfortunately. Nipple People, did someone spike my tea? And this is again from the semi-finals. Like, what is on my screen? Why have I got chilled out lo-fi aliens in glamorous silver and nude cat suits with things on their heads? Like, what am I watching? But also, why am I not annoyed at this song? Why am I actually like, quite enjoying this? Such a fever dream. Thanks to an extra. He was a reserve who got through, and I'm pretty sure I've seen 3 or 4 people who look just like that walking to work and down the street because they look like they just pulled him off the street and went, "Do you want to go?" Oh, he's having fun, isn't he? That's great. An NPC, again, another one I liked. It kind of mixed that sort of like Balkan sound with like K-pop, J-pop, that sort of like really hyper pop energy, which was quite cute and quite fun. And I did think it told a story without it being in English. You know, it was this whole like trad-wise thing, like being stuck in doing the same monotonous thing, like someone else is telling you what to do. And I do think it did tell a story quite well. But I understand for quite a serious service nation like Croatia, probably a bit too happy. And Ogjen, it won the televote, but to me, it was just if you put Baby Lasagna, made him a bit more shouty and put it in a band, it followed that same sort of trend of I'm just going to yell. And Baby Lasagna in Dora last year did shout his way through it. And even he said he was so nervous. But this was just I'm just going to throw it at you. And for me, it's like, this is good, but also it's a bit like, nah, it's a bit too much. And it's too similar to what you sent last year. For me, I think you do need to, like, say, switch it up a bit because you can't really dine out on what you did last year to try and get the same result.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Shall we let Phil have a go? Because he's been waiting all night.
Oh, what is Croatia on? These were fantastic. Oh, my goodness. I mean, I did think EOT or EOT, bye, bye, bye. It was kind of a pop song with a rock backing, really. It wasn't like a proper rock song for me.
Didn't do much for me.
No, it was all right, though. I didn't mind it. See, I kind of didn't like all the ballady ones. But I did like Extra. Did you not?
I bloody loved it.
Yeah.
I love the staging. I even loved the rap bit. I loved the meaty bass line that kept coming in on it. It was brilliant. I loved the costume reveal. Brilliant. This was, why aren't we sending something like this? It was epic. I loved it so much.
What do you think of those because I've not really got many notes on those.
Well,
few.
Monopole.
Monopole was
I
all
love the
right.
lighting effect at the beginning, but it was red and black again. But I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. Philomena, I loved her dress, and that was it. And then I thought, oh no. And then I thought, oh no, I like the flaming ring around what she was stood. But the actual song was just rubbish. Go on, you got another one?
What? NPC. Yeah, ironing. I've not seen ironing on stage before. I've seen people doing laundry, but not ironing.
I put, she lost me at ironing.
It was all right. And then, oh my goodness, nipple people. What on earth was going on? See, when I get up in the morning, I usually watch some old Doctor Who.
Oh God, that was better than I thought it was going to be.
And I was half expecting to see Tom Baker with his long scarf wandering past.
There's one for the youth.
It was bonkers.
There were no people because they were obviously aliens, and there were no nipples.
Well, so what? It was still bonkers, and I loved it.
There's no monkeys in the Arctic Monkeys, to be fair, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh,
yeah. And Die. Yeah.
I loved it.
It was good.
Elliot's wrong, obviously.
You don't get many rock songs with a lute, do you?
Maybe you did in yesteryear.
Yeah. And then suddenly at the end, it was Riverdance.
Look how excited
it was. Riverdance.
Oh,
I miss Riverdance.
Yeah. And
no, said no one ever.
Oh, thank you very much, Phil. Oh, look how excited you are because you've had to sit there quiet. Open, what did you think?
I'm concerned. I'm concerned that these variety acts, gimmick acts, taking over the competition. I don't like it. Like, there's not that many songs that you can listen on the radio. Like, it's all turning into showmanship competition. And in the past, there was one or two, and it was really standing out. Now, it's just half of the competition is the gimmick show. So there's no standing out. And like looking at this list, EOT bye, it was terrible. It sounded terrible. He's I don't think his like microphone was like adjusted according to the sound. He was just like her voice was overpowering the music, and it wasn't nice. Natalie Ballad, Ivan, Luca Hani from Tamil, and also like exactly the same staging, like the red lights and black outfits, exactly the same staging. And also, I think if he would be selected, he would be competing against Theo, and we know that Theo is preparing something really, really, really good. Not like this cheap thing. Fangstra Extra was a bit too extra. It feels like we needed some extras, make a crowd in the final, and there it's chosen. Nipple people, squids dancing on a stage. They look like squids, no? Like
I think they're aliens, Oban.
Squid aliens.
Squalians.
Squalians. I disagree with Elliot in the regards that if you find something working, if it ain't broke, why fix it? I think yes, Ogeni was really, really similar to the Baby Lasagna. However, it was good. I think for the rock audience, it would do the trick. And every time I say, it doesn't matter how much people hate your song, it only matters how much people likes you, because people who hate you cannot take away vote from you. And so I think he would serve well to the relevant audience, and they would do well. And I think Croatia could have been another Finland, that they find a genre and they stick to it, and they keep getting good results year after year, doing it right. So Ogenshi was my favorite, not my personal favorite, but it was my favorite to represent Croatia this year. But oh well, I'm wrong another time.
Well, thank you very much.
Open, are you quickly saying that because you tried the basic pop girly 4 years running after Eleni Ferreira and thought this will work eventually?
No,
He-
Tell me I'm wrong.
He made it his final joke.
I don't like it when you argue, children.
Landed flat.
It's the Cyprus method. We'll try again.
Elliot, stop being annoying.
Mute them both, Phil. So Donna,
Yes.
should we get back to normality, Donna?
Oh, blimey, we can try, I suppose.
Oh,
Oh,
really.
I actually really like. I mean, I watched some of the semi-finals as well because that's
Why?
me. Because and actually, EOT were standouts for me in that first semi-final. So I was really pleased they qualified, and I liked them kicking off. It gave a bit of oomph to the show to begin with. It was an interesting vocal that she had though, because it was a whole sort of big Evanescence-y sort of pop rock sound, and then she got this spoken delivery in the middle of it. But I don't think the sound guy quite got it quite right, because it was beautiful when she was actually properly singing, but when she was doing the low spoken parts, it was a bit not as good. Maybe she needed a megaphone or something like that. Just to enhance it. I know Phil's little face lighting up there, megaphone. But no, I still thought it was really good and could have done better overall. Sadly, the ballads really fell flat, didn't they? They really did. It's almost like, well, we'll give them some pretty staging and a nice dress, and that's it. It almost felt a bit like an afterthought, particularly Philomena with her little flame things. And I thought, oh God, here we go, a plinth again. But it wasn't. It was just some flame strips next to it, and you could.
That is a definite containment field.
Absolutely, it really was. It's like we're going to give her a Monty Python heaven-esque sort of like cloud thing behind, and then flames. I don't get it. Anyway, yeah, Ivan. I think we've already said everything about Ivan. To be fair. Nothing original about it. He sounded okay, but he could have done better, definitely. And yeah, there's little bits that reminded me of like Georges from Spain who didn't quite get there, and yeah, just some of the delivery of it as well just didn't quite land. Just a shame. Extra was far too extra for me. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna really like that kind of hip hop. And it felt towards the end. No, it felt towards the end they needed an extra gimmick, so they put the flamethrowers on. Why? They didn't need
Why
it.
not? Why not? We've got flamethrowers. Why not use them, Donna?
I suppose everybody else has used sparkles, so you know. So yeah, what can I say? But yeah, it was good that they included it though, because you don't often hear it in a lot of semi-finals. So it's nice to know that that's still, you know, like Ajax and Eminem are still quite relevant, you know.
That's really.
Yeah. Well, it was a softer sound than I would normally expect to hear from rap. You know what I mean? I would like the daddy sound of rap.
It was a bit more fun.
I suppose he was being extra. The suit rip though, that had me in stitches. I've got to say. Yeah, MPC was one of my favourites of the whole section as well, and I suppose because I'm a bit of a Gomu nerd as well, I actually really enjoyed the fact that, you know, NPCs are the characters that you can talk to them by choice if you wanted to. You could discard them if you want to. So it's a nice allegory, I thought, there of, you know.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Non-player characters in a game.
Oh, right. Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, you're just a character that can be just discarded and kept on the shelf. Same as if you're at home, you're doing all the ironing, etc. You're not really considered anything above your station. So I did quite like that in its story, the way it brought it across, and the 8-bit music sound that she was bringing to it as well. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. Nipple people. This made me smile from start to finish. What's not to love? You know, that suit was one of the best suits ever, you know. We could do that with tinfoil, Michelle.
It's not the first one we've seen this week.
No, but the full masks as well. I did think it was a bit subwoofer though, with some of their entourage as well, with the black, you know, sort of like wolfy hats that they had. So little bit of a copy. But overall, I could see, take away the comedy outfit aside, the song could have been something that Erasure could have done years ago, or maybe even
How do
Depeche
you know
Mode
it's
could have
not
done.
Erasure?
Well, it could have been. You never know. I don't think they're coming forward though to say. And then you end that section on, a nice rock, straightforward rock. I thought it was a bit repetitive though. Similarly with Stebby that we had before, in the Icelandic contest, there wasn't enough content, and I felt there was too much repetition in the chorus over and over again. But apart from that, they did a great performance and a nice red kind of cardi going on, and yeah, it was all right. They've definitely got a fan base, judging by that televote.
Right, well, thank you very much. Donna, do we have a look at the second half?
Take a bite of my poison candy. Will you guide me through the dark? Take my hand and stay beside me. Take the soul of my soul. Prodali ste naše snove, svako zna, neka zna. Nije kriva srpjela, miri pa šta je stvar. Vini od vina, rumena.
Strap in, here we go. Petar Brukuljacic with Karj. Matt Shaft, welcome to the circus. Best name ever, Matt Shaft. Magazine. Oh, no. Marco Skugor with Stada Boga Molimya. Magazine. Marco Tolja, Through the Dark. Lelek, The Soul of My Soul, and Luka Nizetic with Justina. Maybe, possibly, could be. Right, Donna, we'll kick off with you. Can we keep it shorter than 10 minutes because we've done an hour?
No. Okay, I'll just say the ones that I quite liked.
I'm only teasing.
Aww. If anyone's going to be a little bit more baby lasagna, I thought Matt Shaft was very. Yes, I'm saying that carefully for a reason. It was very similar rhythmically, melodically. It wasn't really even, I found, that much of a gimmick. I really liked the song, but I felt it was too similar sounding to Baby Lasagna to really go anywhere, which is a bit of a shame. Because I like the sort of theatrics of the song as well, the way they staged it with the clowns and stuff, and the whole reveals of each artist at the beginning. And yeah, it was quite nice, very pleasant. Very interesting name, though. Very careful how you say that one. Who else have we got? We got, let's see, it's too many Marcos in this second half, by the way. But Through the Dark, I thought, out of the ballads, and it was clearly, obviously, the one that stood out of the ballads for everybody else. It was well balanced. I thought his vocal was lovely. Not enough amongst all the other crazy going on, really, I think. He was the only one I thought that I could find that had taken part in Dora before. He'd actually tried to represent 2009. And he's also got a bit of a following because he's been on various reality shows as well. So, you could tell that he was head and shoulders above in the ranking at the end when it came to the ballads. So televotes definitely do matter. just not enough in this case. Magazine was one of the favourite ones that I actually really liked. What a great start to keep going with that vocal through her hair like this with her hand all crouched up. It's really actually quite difficult to sing when you're all that squished together. And then,
do you not think it was a bit like The Ring sort of thing?
Yeah, just a little bit, a smidge creepy, but you know, it was different. You remember it. And then she came out and gave a bit of a banger. So, and I really like that crocheted outfit she was wearing as well. I thought it was really good. Had enough kind of cultural va-va-voom, I thought, in it. That's nice. Lilac as well. It's a bit like one that we've heard before, and something that we'd probably expect from Ukraine almost. Particularly with the staging. Yeah, we got the plinths again, but they moved the plinths to make one big plinth. And had some silhouettes of dramatically either dying people or something on the front. It felt very like a warlike song without, you know, understanding what the lyrics were. It felt like a "you've stole my heart, people have died in the war," that kind of thing. I'm really going to be dissing this, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it was anything else, but I thought, you know, obviously it's blood on the beading on the dress and things like that. So yeah, it's like the mums sending their boys to war and never coming home sort of thing. It felt sadder than it probably was, but I liked it. I liked the way their voice sound, the harmonies together. It was definitely a standout for me. Yeah, and I think that was it really. The rest were just a little bit too much background noise.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Donna. Let's go to Oban.
Yay! We're almost done with this torture.
I know you love these. I know you love them.
So, okay. So let me change it up a little bit and start from the song number 16. Luca, Usina. We already have a macchiato espresso. That category is taken. Lelek, we already have ethnic girl band from Latvia. That category is taken. Marco Toya, Through the Dark. I thought it was a good ballad. I think it had really good vocals, but I would still prefer to Marco Shkugor. I was like, this is what's it like? Hari Matahari was from Bosnia, 2006. I'm like, this is classy Balkan instrumentalization and harmonies, and I really liked it. Then Magazine definitely was. I liked the stage. I could imagine if she would have won, that hair scenery would become bigger in the Eurovision stage with like massive wigs and stuff like that. Something Katy Perry did, like 100 wigs on top of each other. I could see that stage, it could grow bigger. I thought it would have been a worthy winner if Croatia would have chosen to go a showgirl pop diva kind of direction. I thought it would have been a worthy winner. Petar Cry was okay. Matt Shaft was a good, memorable song, but I didn't think they would be competition to the victory, which, 14th, 11th, 13th, these three songs didn't really have a chance to, play to the top. Yeah, it's weird to me that last 5 song is like 3rd place, 1st place, 6th place, 4th place, and 5th place. I was like, they weren't that good. Like, to monopoly on the top spots for the last songs. I didn't like that result. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Oban. Phil.
Yeah. Was it Petar, the guy in the box?
Was he a spider in a web thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No.
I wasn't a fan of the style of his singing.
No, I didn't like that one.
No.
Oh, Matt Shaft, welcome to the circus. That was proper bonkers, wasn't it?
It was good that there was
I
an
liked
actual
it.
circus.
Yeah,
as
it's
in the name.
bit clown heavy, maybe. What was that clown doing? These like magic tricks, and then he just started doing weird things with a banana.
Oh no, Phil, you've gone off piece there.
Well, no, he was though. He was doing this weird dance with a banana for no real reason.
We've all done that.
Well, speak for yourself there. Marco, yeah, the opera guy.
Yeah, he sort of went opera and then didn't go opera and then went opera again. I thought, either go full opera or don't bother.
Yeah, magazine. Yeah, I knew by this stage that's what you were thinking, wasn't it?
Yes, it definitely was. Yeah.
It was weird that she was crouched down. I liked a dress made out of string.
Me and Donna could have done that hair thing as well.
Yeah.
We were
tinfoil
and hair were all over it.
But I liked it. I thought he started off. I thought, oh, is this a ballad? And then suddenly he went all rocky. But it's quite all right, that one.
Other
Marco.
I loved it. It was a good old-fashioned ballad, and he sang it really, really well. Then he got halfway, and I thought, is he going to come into colour? Is he not going to come into colour? Oh, just come into colour, because I knew he was wearing something sparkly. You could tell. And it's just, I want to see the sparkle. By the end, I just thought it was dull. I'd had enough. I'd had enough of it, yeah. But at the beginning, I thought it was brilliant. Maybe if he was in colour, it might have been a bit better.
Lelek, Plinth.
Oh, Lelek. I don't know what Donna was listening to, but this was like nails down a bloody chalkboard to me. Jesus, what was going on? That individually, they weren't very good. Then all together, Christ, it was like, oh my God, it was worse.
Yeah, there was not much harmony going on, was there?
No, there was no harmonisation.
I didn't mind it. It was all right.
Oh my God, it was awful.
And then Luca, I thought
Red and black yet again.
Yeah, but I thought the dancing was fantastic, probably a bit better than the song, really. The choreography was all over the place. It was mental.
Was the choreography?
Well, I don't think they all seem to be doing roughly similar things, so somebody must have planned something.
Then
they like at the beginning, pull the shirts over them like that.
I just thought the staging was mental. I've no idea what's going on anymore. Bonkers.
Yeah, but it was all right though. I quite liked it.
Well, yeah. I'd really had enough by now. Really. Shall we take a look? Oh no, have we done everyone? No, we haven't done Elliot. Oh my God, how could I forget Elliot? I knew I'd not disagreed with him. I wondered why then.
I'll try to be quick. Yeah, Lelek, I think it is about the fall of USSR and the situation that Croatia was in because they were heavily impacted by it. They should have kept it in Croatian. This is very clearly a song wrote in Croatian, thinking, let's translate it into English, because some of that translation was awful English, like the soul of my soul. What does that mean? But even like other elements of it, I was just like, this makes literally no sense. Welcome to the server. Just loved it. Batshit. My kind of crazy. It opened the semi-final and I was like, what is this? But also, yes, please. Magazine, I thought they were going to win. It felt like it was geared for them to win it, to be honest, and also I know they've done Eurovision before. Great advert for Reduce, Reuse, Recycle with her outfit, I'll give her that much. But the thing that no one's mentioned, which really put this performance, was the LED had AI-generated children, and the light bulbs they had it in their eyes as well, and I thought, that just looks creepy. I don't like it. Get it
I
off my
forgot
screen.
all about that. Yes, I couldn't remember which one it was that had the creepy children with the balls, and that was the one. Oh my God.
Both Marcos, I thought, kind of cancelled each other out because they're both pleasant, inoffensive, well-sung ballads. But obviously, through the dark, they seem to reduce wanting more. Best for me, like I say, it was just your typical ballad. But I did kind of think, in all the crazy, is this something Croatia's actually going to pick because he's not singing it badly. And yeah, Luca, just a bit weird, but not my kind of weird. I was just a bit like, yeah, I'm ready now. Let's get on with the results. I've heard all I need to hear.
Exactly. That. I do agree with Elliot. I was at that point. I was like, oh. So, out of an evening of absolute mental mayhem, surely something sane must have won. Should we have a look?
Poison Cake, Marko Bosniak.
Marko Bosniak, Poison Cake.
13, Poison Cake i Marko Bošnjak.
They all want to eat. Marko Bošnjak.
Opa! Mjestu pjesma Poison Cake.
Vazel šaljemo ogenj i njihov daj. Bošnjak televotingom dobio je 47 bodova i pobjednik je Dore 2025.
Ideme voće.
Bravo!
What? Really? So by this point, I actually wanted a slice of that cake and I'd have happily ate it. So that was Marco Bosniak. I don't care anymore. With Poison Cake. So let's think, who'll hate this the most? Oban. Let's go with you.
Listen, I'm like, what on earth? But on the hindsight, I do think it's a smart choice because I do think there is some sort of similarity with this song and the biggest song of the last couple of months. Like this children's game part. I think I think it can be a smart choice if it's promoted and marketed really well. And it turns out to then be a TikTok trend and this and that. Poison cake. I don't even remember the lyrics that part, but like there's this child play section of the song, which I think did remind me a little bit of this biggest hit of the recent months, Apatı, whatever this is. So
I've
I
no
think
idea what you're on about.
I think it might be a smart choice.
It's
but
the
I
section
hate
we didn't see in the video, Michelle. The bit that reminds me of Panto.
Oh no, it doesn't.
La 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 la.
Tasty, very, very tasty. They're
That's the
very
one.
tasty.
Oh, it is. Oh no.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, what was that after? It was that bit, wasn't it?
No, I think that's it. I hate the song, but I think it might be a smart choice.
Brilliant. So let's go to the person that hates it the second least. We'll go with Elliot.
Oh, this is such a fever dream in 3 minutes. I don't know how to feel. I mean, Happy's won. He tried in 2022 and came second. You know, he's won now. I think it's very telling that the public put him forth. I think that's a very telling situation. And the fact that his winning score still was nowhere near Baby Lasagna's televote score, it shows how much Baby Lasagna just walked it last year. But yeah, this is like, it starts to say all doll-like, and you know, and then it goes really dramatic and moody, like he's having a strop. And then we end with a techno rave as he's singing the other section on top of it. And I'm just like, it all sounds like you're having a bit of a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
I would
it's
love
as
something.
if a headache was a song.
Yeah. I wish I was there because this song got wrote at a song camp. I wish I was there that morning when the team got together and what shall we do today? And that's what they landed on because I want to know the inspiration behind this whole thing. You know, the backing dancers look nice, but they're like, you know, little, you know, fabulous black bakery stuff and all that sort of stuff. However, I just think it's too polarizing and confusing in 3 minutes. It's too much. I understand Oban saying, like, you know, it's good for TikTok and things like with the transition of it very fast. You can do a lot of social media with it. However, the people who vote more aren't the people who are, say, your 16, 17-year-olds who are on TikTok. It's, you know, us four. We'll be the ones that are watching it at Eurovision. And do I really want to vote for something like this? No, it's a bit too messy. You know, I like my wacky, but there is a limit. And I can't believe he's saying this, give me nipple people and Matt Shaft over this. That's less crazy than this, sonically.
That is a soundbite if ever I heard one. And that would definitely be the short on YouTube. Give me nipple people any day.
Or Matt Shaft.
Yeah, can you just say, give me nipple people or Matt Shaft any day, please?
No comment.
Oh, Donna, where can you buy gold tinfoil from?
I'm not really sure, but I'm sure we can find some. There'll be shiny gold stuff that we could find, I'm sure. Yeah.
Did you like it?
Oh, I think if this had been earlier, I might have actually liked it. But at the very end, this was not what I wanted to see. I think we've all sort of said that. It was like, it was the icing on the cake, the poison cake. I think what did it for me is the aggression that he really brings out in the bit where he's like, poison cake. It's just like, okay, all right, I get it. What was that? Poison cake. Yeah, okay. And the staging wise, it was all a bit of a mixture, wasn't it? Because you got like the sort of backdrop that Moldova had used before with the doors, with the frigid doors, and they're dancing in between the background. And I just instantly thought of Sleeping Beauty Panto.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up in a Panto, like later.
Do you know what? There's a possibility it could do, actually, Donna. Watch this space.
But he definitely got the memo about the pointy shoulders, because we've had that in a few different big shoulders, haven't we? In a few different.
Still have the little cones that I put underneath things to make the pointy shoulders. So we're sorted there, Donna. Don't worry.
Perfect. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, Michael Spiak had them in the Polish one, and then we've got the crazy ones that Lucho have in the Sanremo. How can I even not say that? So, yeah, it's the year of the shoulder pads as well.
Right, I shall speak before Philip. This is a song about a revenge poisoning. He wants to poison somebody that's obviously wronged him. And I'm not an expert, but he's a nut job. And I'm not surprised that they left him. Will he be in prison before we get to Eurovision? Who knows? That is the question. Will he get bail and be able to go there? Go, well, I'm going to be on Eurovision, judge. Is it acceptable to have songs about poisoning people? He's on about, he wants to kill them. It's murder. He's on about murdering people. It's not normal.
I think you're overthinking this a bit.
Right, listen to the words, Phil.
Yeah, but if you're going to poison someone and bake them a cake with poison in it, you don't sing them a song about it, telling them what you're going to do first.
You have never watched any crime drama in your life. This is how you get away with it, because he goes, well, obviously I've been set up. 200 million people have seen me sing this on the telly. One of them could have done it. And this is how you get away with murder.
Oh, right. I see. Okay.
Go on, Phil. Tell us how wonderful it is.
Well, I'm not sure. I heard it and I thought, this is both awful and fantastic at the same time. So, yeah, I kind of think I do like it. But, yeah, I do like it. I don't know. I thought his face, he reminded me a bit of Orlando Bloom in Lord of the Rings films. I thought he was going to say something about taking the hobbits to Isengard or something.
No, he's just taking the ice into the poison cake.
But yeah, it's like about 15 different songs all patched together, isn't it? It's like
a literal riot in your head.
It's a hot mess, but I think I do like it.
It's this. Yeah. I embrace the nut jobs. I love it. It's brilliant. That's our genre in Eurovision. But it's all the screaming and then the creepy, I'm going to poison, oh, it's all going to be tasty. You're going to love it. Oh, but then you're going to die and you'll be buried tomorrow. It's gone too far.
I don't know. If somebody hears that song and then eats a piece of the cake anyway, I think they deserve what they get because they're being warned. quite
Well,
clearly.
they can't be that stupid. They've dumped him. And on that bombshell, let's have a look. It's in semi-1. God, it's in semi-1. It's with Estonia, Iceland, Poland, Portugal, Slovenia, Sweden, Ukraine, Albania, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Croatia, Cyprus, Netherlands, Norway, San Marino. So it's in the second half of the first semi-final. Elliot, cat in hell chance. What do you think? Oh,
No, yeah, it's too wacky for what it's against, especially in that second half. No.
Yeah, go on, Donna.
It's got a better chance in the first semi-final, but I can't see it somehow. It gives me Milo vibes, and it will really divide the audience, I think, with that lyrical content.
Do you not think though that half? Put Lee's comment back on, because he's quite right. It's 100% televote, and we do get the odd bizarre one nipping through now, because, quite frankly, are we allowed to vote in this semi? The UK?
Remember.
No, we can't.
Oh, that's a good job, because the UK just get pissed and go, do you know what? For a laugh, this would be brilliant. And this is how
they've only got Slovenia as friends. So,
okay.
And there's a lot of nations with each other in that semi-final.
It's how you get weird things in the semi-final, or stupid people like us going, ha, 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 we want to see this on a big telly. I think, unfortunately, it's going to qualify. I really do, because half the population have, at some point or other, wanting to poison somebody with a cake. Look at this. Look at Sean. Oh, Sean's feeling better. Yes, we are, Sean. Would you like a slice of cake?
Are.
I'll email it to you.
That's it.
So, Oban, is it going to qualify?
I think that's this semi-final. I don't think they're gonna qualify, because in their genre, there's already Estonia, which is much more fan favorite. There is Iceland.
No, that's not going to qualify.
There's Iceland. There is Albania. There is a lot of nut job songs, and did I say a wrong word?
No, it's just that there is a lot of nut job songs.
And we all know San Marino's going to sing "To Italia, to Italia,
Oh,
to
Italia."
Hey!
Yeah.
Shut up.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of competition in their genre. On top of it, there is strong qualifiers like Ukraine, Sweden. So there is that. There is Belgium as well, which is also fan favorite. So this is gonna be, and I do think that Netherlands is also a quality because it's gonna stand out. And then there's also strong qualifier like Norway, and then I do have strong faith in Cyprus's song. They've been really talking it up. So this is gonna be a tough semi for a song that is already crowded in its genre as well. So I don't see this one qualifying, unfortunately.
Thank you very much, Oban. So that's it. We're all done on our epic journey of tonight's mentalness. So coming up on ESC Fan TV, we have, what have we got? Oh, I've got it. Oh, I know what we've got. I just can't see it.
Consult the notebook.
So on Sunday, the 9th of March at 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. Central European time, we have Portugal. So we'll have that. That'll be good. Oh, guess who's on that? We've got Elliot, we've got Donna, we've got Phil and Michelle. And at 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Central European time, it's the final of Melfest. We're going to... Is that right? Is that time right? What time did they finish? Oh, they do it Saturday, don't they? Oh, thank God for that. I thought for a minute that I'd made a right big mess of that, but it turns out it's wrong day.
It still wouldn't be as late as San Marino. Well, maybe even San Marino.
That's true.
San Remo.
And as a special bonus, because we can't get enough of this, on Monday the 10th of March, it's only San Marino, 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Central European time. Sean's deluded. You can tell that he's not well because Mons isn't going to win. He's not wearing leather trousers for a start. Oh, well done, Lee. That's nice, going to the Melfest final. I'm not. I can't be bothered with it. I don't like it. So we'll see you next Sunday and next Monday. But during the week, there's going to be a lot of countries releasing songs. If I can get anyone to join me, we're going to come on quick, just do a quick 10 minutes and review them. So watch out, ding a dong, all bell and all action is, so you know when we're doing the bits and bobs. So, oh yeah, I've just read the bottom. You know where we are. It's like, God, it's late. I'm tired. So until next week or this week or whenever, we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.